The Honourable Member for Murchison.
Mr President, I recently attended the dedication and opening of the Mount Lyell Memorial Park. The sculpture is a work of art and a credit to all involved, as well as being an appropriate memorial of a truly tragic event. The memorial provides a place for reflection and remembrance. The Mount Lyell disaster of 1912 was caused by an underground fire where smoke and lack of oxygen killed 42 men. The service was respectful and meaningful to all involved. Shane Pitt spoke of the commitment of those involved in the Lions Club of Queenstown at their 50th birthday celebratory dinner the same evening, and much of what I relate to you today is provided by Shane. The project is a realisation of the vision of local artist Ivan Stringer, who approached Project Queenstown with the idea that he had for some time to give something to Queenstown reflect the worst mine disaster in Australia's history. This vision had started during his youth. Project Queenstown approached the Queenstown Lions Club and Queenstown Rotary Club about the idea. The Lions Club thought, given that they originally built the fountain in 1973 and restored it in 2005, that they could and would assist with the project. At the time, Project Queenstown were to be project managers assisted by Tasmanian Community Resources. With a change in Project Queenstown and the unfortunate administration of Tasmanian Community Resources, the Queenstown Lions Club was left with the huge task of completing the project. There were plenty of hurdles to overcome since the start. The original sculptor, Mr John Parrish, who was originally contracted to complete the sculpture, injured himself and was unable to complete the bronze work, although all the necessary moulds were completed and the pickaxe being poured and cleaned up ready for installation in the final sculpture. Ivan took it on himself to assist John with works on the sculpture before John was injured. First to move the project forward, as it had become a slow process with John working on his own, and also to gain experience himself to complete the bronze works. Unknown to the club at that stage that this experience would be needed to actually complete the project. Shane acknowledged what a huge task the Lions Club had embarked on, given only minimal experience in this area. He noted that this resulted in plenty of Googling for information. The first of the tasks was to build all moulds and pouring equipment from to bring all the moulds and pouring equipment from John Parrish's workshop in Deloraine to Queenstown to complete the project. Thanks also go to Mr Simon Dilger from Westas for his assistance with his tilt tray truck and TPW Electrical and Engineering for their forklift to undertake this task. It is quite a big structure. Although all members of the club assisted in the project, special mention must be made at this stage for the work that Lions member Trevor Giles put into the project. If it wasn't for his research and the work he put into the project, the club believed they would never have made it to completion of this wonderful structure, sculpture and memorial. Thanks also go to Lions members Ivan Stringer and Michael Churchill, who spent many hours on the project assisting Trevor Giles. The Lions Club original estimate of in-kind hours was 175 hours, given that the sculpture was to be done by a sculptor and Tasmanian Community Resources was to undertake most of the on-site works and manage the project. Mr President, the reality was a little different. To describe the project more fully, it started on the 1st of September 2012. The original project estimate budget was $112,961.20, including all money and in-kind contributions. In addition, the Lions Club obtained an extra $25,000 from the Tasmanian Government through the Miners Displacement Package to undertake construction of the wall around the park, which was part of the original plan. This enabled the employment of one part-time displaced miner and assistance from the artist. This meant that the updated budget was $137,961.20, with major partners Tasmanian Community Fund providing $38,500 for sculpture works, Copper Mines of Tasmania providing $21,250 for sculpture and plaques materials, the Tasmanian governments, both Liberal and Labor, $30,500 in total, with $25,000 coming from the funds for the displacement of miners package, and the Queenstown Lions Club providing a significant sum of $39,137.33 by way of in-kind labour of 1,890 hours of work at $20 an hour and $1,337.33 in cash for the original promotional video seeking sponsorship. The Lions Club was able to attract an additional 40 sponsors for the project, some money through the purchase of King Billy trees in the park, and some in-kind support through the provision of labour and materials. All the sponsors are named on the plaque at the entry to the Memorial Park, which was unveiled at the dedication. The Lions Club contributed over 1,890 hours to the project. The project also had benefits for some local civil contractors who, through purchase of rock for the wall and hire of excavators for earthworks. As I mentioned previously, thanks also go to TPW Electrical Engineering for the use of their fabrication workshop for the completion of the sculpture, with no cost to the Lions Club for the use of equipment, power and materials, and Minecrete Tasmania for the numerous metres of concrete for wall foundations. Mr President, this park is a respectful and beautiful memorial to honour the 42 men who died in Australia's biggest ever mining tragedy. The planning for construction of this memorial was an enormous project for such a small club of only 13 members. The club was involved from the start, working to secure funding for the project. I acknowledge and admire the work that has gone into making this a reality and sincerely thank all those involved. The Lions Club of Queenstown is a small and very vibrant club with a broad range of age in the membership, including young members who are often difficult to attract to some of these clubs. These young members are actively engaged in leadership positions, which augurs well for the club. The same evening, the club celebrated their 50th birthday, which is also another well-attended special event. Mr President, I encourage all members to visit this beautiful sculpture and Memorial Park next time they're in beautiful Queenstown.
The Honourable Member for